Zadandani, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Nerd Chat here on Electro Ninja's Lab. I am here with my fellow hosts,
I'm Jack.
Joker.
and today we are going to be talking about Pandora 7. Oh my gosh, this manga is fantastic, and if you haven't watched my show it some love, make sure you do that because it exists. But this video is basically going to be us just talking about the first volume and
Because that's the only one that fucking exists.
yeah. So there's gonna be a lot of spoilers. So if you haven't, my show it some love is mostly spoiler free. This is going to be very spoilery. We're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff. So yeah. So
As you can tell, Jack is very upset.
yeah, Jack wants to continue reading it, but there's literally only one volume at this point in time here in America. In fact,
And that's pissing me off because I was like, oh gee, here's a good series. It's gonna be so fun to read. Oh yay, I'm so excited. It looks like it has a great premise. How many volumes does it have? 1. Hey Zephram, when's the next volume gonna come out? Zephram, fucked if I know. Me.
oh my gosh, yeah, that's the problem. But yeah, I don't.
And that led to my friend Zippy going off on a rampage about how you shouldn't do a podcast about shit that's not finished.
Like, what? There are so many people that do that. I don't understand. Like, you know how many things are not finished?
She's pretentious.
Yeah, fair enough.
I love her, but she is.
Yeah. But yeah, still no details as of this point when Volume 2 will be coming out here in America.
I already have a comic book like that, and I don't love it.
Yeah. But I
I
mean, to be fair, over in Japan, there a good majority of it is out. All 3 volumes are out, and I think that the creator is still making more. So I don't know. I don't know exactly though. But I follow her on Twitter, so. Obviously, it's all in Japanese, so yeah. But you were saying that you were enjoying it so far, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Joker, you've read all of it, so what do you think so far?
I need volume 2.
Yeah, pretty much that's the main consensus that the 3 of us have is we need volume 2. As do my coworker also has the same feeling. So, yeah, needless to say.
Yeah, because you told another person to freaking read this thing.
It's good, but they just need to get all the volumes out.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, it just takes a long time for, especially for manga to make their way over to America, and I really don't understand why it takes so fucking long, because it's a good majority.
Because they dislike America.
I guess a good majority of them, especially if it's done by Viz, those are fully translated before it even releases over in Japan. So I just don't understand why they don't do a. It doesn't necessarily have to be a straight up a fully fledged worldwide release, but should at least be way closer together for the releases. Granted, this is a Yen Press manga, which take a little bit longer than Viz. Viz has a better relationship with America. So hopefully things will go faster, but we'll see. I don't know. There's a lot of things with that, and a lot of what it is translating, and I don't understand how it takes so much longer for them to
With all the tools that we have to translate things now,
It's the grammar and getting things correct. So,
Yeah.
because sometimes people use, like, in a lot of manga, especially like modern manga, they use colloquialisms or like slang terms.
Yeah.
And so they have to translate that from what is a Japanese slang term to a sensible equivalent of an American slang term.
Yeah.
And that can be kind of difficult, especially if you're not fluent in English, or especially if English isn't your first language. Because take it from someone who knows 10 languages, learning idioms and colloquialisms in languages is really fucking hard.
Yep.
So, like, it's difficult. And so translating something this large and something that has such a story to it and such a point to it and a tone to it,
Yeah.
it can be really difficult to still achieve that exact same thing.
Yeah. Granted, yeah, I was actually going to mention that as well. So I read Viz manga, specifically My Hero Academia, as it releases over in Japan, because of the fact that it actually gets translated into English on the Viz app.
Yeah.
But the thing about that, with the major difference between that and this, is that Viz has a lot more resources than Yen Press, but also on top of that, the translations on the online on the app are not quite what's going to be coming in the official release the next year. So, yeah. It takes time. My best guess as of right now for when Pandora 7 Volume 2 will be coming out is probably sometime in the next few months. But it's hard, like I said, it's hard to say at this point in time, just due to the fact that I have no idea. There's only 3 volumes, and it takes about a year, a little bit less for Viz to translate things over. So I don't know. But like I said, that's Viz as compared to Yen Press, which Yen Press is a different beast altogether. So, and I'll go over that stuff in my eventual manga observations video. But yeah. But actually talking about the story, I'm curious who you guys' favorite characters are at this point in time. Like
Leah.
Your favorites is Leah?
I agree.
Yeah, she's a badass. Like, but if you had to choose someone who wasn't Leah, because people want to know that as well, who would you?
Yes. The little one with the big nose who's wrapped in something and flails his arms about.
Oh, the plant guy?
Yes, love him.
Fair enough. Joker, how about you?
I don't even know if it's going to be Lauren as a character, but I really like the lion that was trapped in with her.
Right? He's so cool.
That too.
Yeah, I really like Raquel. He's a good. I'm excited to see exactly how the two of them make their way through the adventure. But I'm honestly not certain. Part of me thinks that something that they might be planning to do at some point is basically the Pandora 7. Well, it's specific. The 7 is specifically referring to the number of races in this universe. My theory is that there's basically going to be a team that is going to be going with Leah, and it's going to consist of the 7 different races. Like, Leah is obviously the human, and then Raquel is the dragon.
Yeah.
The lion guy, I'm thinking he might actually be the Warmia, and then her friends could possibly at some point, but I don't know because they're still on the island, and we don't know if we know that people survived that, but beyond that we don't know much else. We don't know who survived, how long it's going to take them to restore the island, or anything like that. Which, yeah, speaking of which, Jack, obviously you don't know exactly what happened with the island except for the attack has happened.
Correct.
Okay. Did you at least see her mom get killed, quote unquote?
Yes.
Okay. So she's not dead, first off. They do reveal later on that she is still alive.
That made me mad.
Yeah, the fact that they killed her, or the fact that
No, that they just like cut open her stomach and released the egg. It's like, what the heck?
yeah, that was fucked up. I don't know.
That was really messed up. I was very upset.
Yeah, of course you would be. It's disgusting and terrifying, and what the fuck. But there's lots of really cool moments throughout the series. There are obviously there is attempted rape, which obviously that's a very dark thing that happens.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, trigger warning. Sorry, I should have said that beforehand. But there is attempted rape, but it also is part of the. It's one of the really interesting moments because it shows how calculating and powerful Leah is. Because as this guy is attempting to do this awful stuff to her, she immediately finds a weak point and attacks, and then gets the weapon to defend herself, and it's fucking badass. So I do actually think that that's actually a really powerful moment, and I enjoy the series a lot. And also the fact that she's never really a damsel in distress. Like, obviously she's captured and stuff like that. That happens, but it's not. But she finds a way out of these things, and then the thing that is coming to save her, Raquel, that happens at that point. He comes in, swooping in to save her, but really all he's doing is getting her a way out. When in actuality, I 100% believe that if she decided to, she could kick ass, free the lion in the next room over, and the two of them could just destroy the entire ship, kill everyone on board, and it would have been fucking badass.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah. You'll see what I mean when you actually get to that point, but I love that. Just the idea, just seeing her with the flail ready to kick ass, it's amazing. And then Raquel comes in to save the day and bring her, get her out of there. But besides that, I love it. I'm really excited. I do have to say though, I think that this the author did get a little bit of ideas from I was telling you earlier, Game of Thrones. Because there is a bit of a Game of Thrones vibe in a certain point. Basically, the woman who is the one who attacks them, the leader of the group that attacks the island, her brother basically implies that he and her sleep together, and it sounds very much like he is basically forcing himself on her, which is fucking disgusting. And it really shows that she a lot of what she's doing is less about the being she's just evil or anything, but in fact she's just trying to survive and get through all of this shit. Which I'm really hoping at this point in time that she ends up being a good guy later on. Maybe she's not necessarily part of the full team or whatever that they're going to create, but maybe she's at least someone who is going to be helping the heroes as they go on their journey. I don't know. So, yeah, I think that's really funny that the character that literally kills, doesn't kill, but she tries to kill Leah's mom, may end up being a good guy. I think that's insane to me. That is actually insane to me that might be the direction that they're going. So, yeah, what do you guys think of that?
I think that's interesting.
Joker, did you get that kind of vibe as well? Or
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. I love the comeuppance to the guy who does attempt to rape Leah, because he literally gets his face burned off by Raquel, and it's fucking amazing.
It is very funny. I don't like him.
No, me neither. I want to see him in more pain.
He treats women very poorly, you know, like, you need to die, sir.
Absolutely. Like, and it looks like he is going to get his comeuppance as much as possible. It looks like they're keeping him alive just to torture him because of how bad, how much of an evil character he is. I don't think he's gonna meet the main villain. I don't even think that the priest guy, I don't think he's gonna be the leader. He's gonna be the main bad guy either. But the two of them will definitely be getting their comeuppance eventually. But I think they're gonna keep them alive just so that they can torture them, which is gonna be every single time that we see that is just gonna be like, yes, burn that fucker's face off. But yeah.
Yeah, I really dislike him.
Yeah, absolutely. Kill that motherfucker.
And then he treats the priestess very badly. Like, once he ranks up, he's like, go clean the toilets. I'm like, how rude of you.
Yeah, that's fucked up. There's so many things that are just like, what the fuck? Like,
but it's a good story.
It absolutely is. It like, understandable. Like, not everyone. I think I said this in my Show It Some Love. Not everyone is going to enjoy this series, but I think it's important that people do read it because Leah is a badass, and I freaking love her as a character. 100%. I would be here for this to get an anime adaptation at some point. I think that it would probably be very, very rated, possibly MA, because it's like, even though it doesn't show anything, it's still like, it's very dark. It's, yeah. But we'll see exactly what they do in the future. But like I said, I would be 100% down for this to get an anime adaptation eventually. So Jack, though.
Speaking of anime, my friend made me watch The Way of the House Husband last night.
Ooh. What do you think?
I enjoyed it.
Nice. Joker, have you watched that at all?
Nope.
Okay. So basically, it's about a Yakuza member who leaves the Yakuza and becomes a house husband.
And he's so doting, it's so funny. He's like, she forgot her lunch, and he like panics and takes off on his bike.
Yeah, I also love it. I haven't seen very much of it because I wanted to read the manga, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. But it's just
they
so
have it
cute.
at the bookstore I go to.
Nice. Yeah, you should absolutely get it. Speaking of which, I can't. Signature is just like so weird to me because they're for one thing, the highest that they're rated is mature, but even those, like, I'm surprised they're not wrapped, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because like some things, it's like, how is this not wrapped? Crazy Food Truck, for example, that has a lot of nudity in it. It's like, it's not, nothing is like sexual or anything about that, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, like the first volume has multiple times of this character literally stripping to the nude, and you don't wrap it? Okay. When I made my video about it, I specifically said, do not open this in your local bookstore because it's got the nudity in there.
Yeah.
And there's other things like that. Reincarnated as a Sword, that has nudity in it, obviously. It's not sexual at all. It's just like bath scenes and shit. But at the same time, like, I'm kind of surprised that that's not wrapped either. At least those the two volumes that shows the nudity in. I don't know. I can kind of understand it, but at the same time, it's like, what? I don't know. My point that I'm trying to get across is that wrapping manga really seems arbitrary at this point in time. Because I've actually checked out some things that are wrapped, and
Army.
some of them are more tame than things that aren't, which is just like, what? Excuse me, what? I do not understand that. It's so confusing. So one of the things that I'm going to be going over in my manga observations video for sure is that a lot of the ratings and the whether or not it's wrapped is very arbitrary, and just because something is wrapped or just because it has that specific rating does not necessarily mean that it's going to be not that bad. Just for another example, Promised Neverland is rated T+, and that does have some nudity. It's not a huge amount. It's basically just one little moment where a bunch of the boys are going to take a bath, and that's it. So, I don't know. There's not, like I said, it's very arbitrary and stuff, and I can kind of understand it, but at the same time, it's like, America is a lot more sensitive to this type of shit. Especially nudity. But
you're not wrong there.
Yeah.
I just defeated Leader Kofu with one Pokemon.
Oh, nice. But, yes, but, like, just for another example, what's also rated M? So, I have a manga, No Gun's Life. That's rated M, but there's no nudity in it, and it is just
so good, though.
It's so good. It absolutely is.
It needs a third season.
Yes, please. Oh my gosh, that's.
Oh my goodness, I love that show.
Yeah. Sorry, we just you have no idea what we're talking about, right, Jack?
None whatsoever, but that's fine.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So basically, No Gun's Life is about a guy who has a gun for a face.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I absolutely do recommend it to anyone who's interested in it. It's mostly a lot of what makes it rated M is the violence and the cursing. There is a bit of cursing in there. But there's very little nudity to any. I don't think there's any nudity. There might be some, but it's, like I said, it's very, very minimalist.
No, it's just that there's some people dressed not appropriately, but it doesn't show any nudity.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, Ben wouldn't read it.
Ben has read stuff with nudity.
What?
Yeah, he's read Reincarnated as a Sword.
Oh, wow.
Like, granted, that is very minimalistic. It's just like these two scenes, one in volume 2 and one in volume 4, and it's basically one's a bath scene, and then one is the guy's imagination, the sword guy's imagination, as he's hearing that one of the that another character likes to run nude in the wind or something. I don't remember exactly what it is. Do you remember, Joker?
I mean, if I had a dick.
It's a girl, but that does that.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yes, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
The sword is so funny.
Yeah, the sword is a guy, but the girl who is the person that was saying that they have to run nude in the wind is a girl. So because she wanted to learn wind magic or something, I think that's what it was.
Something with magic. I don't remember.
I don't remember exact details of what exactly was going on with that, but it's very short. That one is so short. It's literally just one panel of the nudity, and that's it. So, like, there is worse stuff in Zom 100, which, speaking of which, that is rated older teen, I think. Or yeah, older teen. And that like actually has a character in that her as a zombie, her breasts are completely exposed. and she is wearing lingerie, and she is literally she turned into a zombie as she was having sex.
How does that work?
Well, some people are into that, Ben. Some people are into biting.
Yeah, let's try to keep his innocence. In case it wasn't obvious, Nerd Chat is not appropriate for children.
Beware, this is not appropriate for ages below.
I'd say we're rated older teen at least.
Below 17.
Yeah.
Where is...
Oh my gosh.
Caution before viewer discretion.
Yeah, we should have put that at the beginning of the video. It's not happening.
Intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion advised.
Maybe we should start putting that at the beginning of all of our Nerd Chats.
Okay, you know what else is rated older teen, and I think that's really funny?
What?
Parasite.
Well, I mean, it's...
I've heard the movie of that, like the live action
That's
movie
not
that they
the
made
same
like,
thing. That's not the same thing. That's very disconnected.
No.
I said it's really bad.
Yeah, that's not connected to what we're talking about.
Yeah. No, so I have my like prized manga right now is this Parasite full color hardback, which is beautiful, by the way. And yeah, it's rated older teen, but this is some of the most obnoxious and scary body horror I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. I think Junji Ito's stuff is rated older teen as well, which is like, what?
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know who Junji Ito is, he is basically the master of horror for Japan. And it's like, how is your stuff rated older teen? Like, holy shit, that stuff is terrifying. Like, I do not ever intend to read any Junji Ito thing because of how freaking terrifying it is.
No, he's essentially like a H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, pretty much. That's actually what he is. So, yeah. Except, way less disgusting and shit.
I mean, yeah, Lovecraft was a terrible person, so.
Yeah. Which, I also think that's just kind of funny, like, the people absolutely love H.P. Lovecraft, like, all the monsters and stuff, and very few people focus on how terrible of a person he was. Like,
right? That was racist as shit.
Yeah, like, even for the time, I've, like, watched some videos on him, and I'm just like, even for the time, he is really freaking racist. Like, oh my gosh. Like, and he's not even subtle about it. Like,
Oh, no, not even. Oh, wait.
Like, what? I've never read any of the actual stuff, but I just think that's weird that, like, comparatively, like, we've like, canceled all of these people, and it's like, and you didn't cancel.
People are still like, oh, hell, Cthulhu, and we're like, dude, have you ever read H.P. Lovecraft's shit, though?
Yeah. Like, what? I
Hail Cthulhu! Tell me you've never read H.P. Lovecraft without telling me.
Like, I think that they did it at, Call of Cthulhu, the, tabletop RPG, I think that's a lot better,
Yes.
because they took out a lot of the racist stuff from him, but even still, like, the origins of that stuff is, like, worse than pretty much anything else. Like, maybe worse than I'd say it's probably worse than J.K. Rowling.
It's up there, yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that it's just like, and we didn't cancel him? Like, what? you didn't actually read this, did you?
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, I think it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's like, what? I don't know. But yeah, I there's some back to the manga though. I think it's funny. We said we were gonna talk about Pandora 7, and then we just went on a tangent.
When do we not go on tangents?
Fair. I do have to say though,
Ooh.
About Pandora 7. Like I said earlier, I love Raquel. He's such a good boy. I think it's funny that
who's a good dragon?
Exactly. But also he's Leah's sister.
You just
Leah's brother.
reminded me of an episode from like The Big Bang Theory where Sheldon's sitting on the stairs because he can't go to work, and Penny invites him to go somewhere, and she's like, "Who's a good boy?"
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
That's a show that you need to watch. That is The Big Bang Theory.
I love it. I think it's so funny. I have the whole thing on DVD.
Maybe I'll watch it at some point.
So funny.
What about Young Sheldon though? What do you?
Sheldon is so cute.
You do like
I
that?
have not watched that yet. I want to watch the whole Big Bang Theory before I watch that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking about watching them at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it. Like that's the story of my life though, for real.
It's all on HBO.
That doesn't matter. It's not an issue of what do I have or anything like that. It's literally an issue of I have so much shit to watch and read. Like,
How the heck do I do this?
I have 400 manga and I think I've only read like 300. So
We'll get on it. You have 100 more to go.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know exactly if that's accurate, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is right now. Obviously,
that's what that's for.
Probably the hardest thing to do though will be to get through the light novels because those are pretty long. Like just for an example, I have Restaurant to Another World. I have Ascendance of a Bookworm.
Restaurant to Another World is a good show.
Oh, you've watched it?
I've watched some of it.
Okay.
I've not watched all of it.
Yeah. I've only watched the first season. I haven't gotten around to the second season yet. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's very interesting to say the least. Jack, have you heard of it even?
For what?
Restaurant to Another World?
No.
So basically what I'll just explain what it is really quick then. So basically what it is it's a series of where this one guy on Earth happens to he has a restaurant that for whatever reason once a week it stops existing on Earth and instead exists in kind of this weird alternate dimensional thing that is basically it connects into a fantasy world. It's almost an isekai, but it's not quite that. But basically he decides to run a restaurant for that one day to all of the different people that are able to come to his place. And one of the big rules of it is that no one fights because even though like many of them are actually like warring nations and stuff, a good majority of the people that come to the restaurant are beast tribes. And then there is and then there's some humans as well. And they're like, wow, this is very weird. Whenever the humans come in, they're just like, huh? Except for like a few of them are just they actually understand. Like one guy has been marooned on an island for years and years, and then he makes his way and he basically once a week he comes to the restaurant and gets to eat there, which is really fun. It's also kind of interesting because I think the food is I think that they still have to pay, but it doesn't seem completely the same between different people. I don't know. It's very weird because like some people they do seem to have to pay while others don't. Like a lot of the different beast tribes and the one guy who was on an island for years at a time, he didn't have to pay. I'm assuming that the main reason for that is just that the guy is literally just trying to make sure that people don't starve and stuff.
That makes sense.
But yeah, it's really interesting, and I think like the money is like real gold in that world, so he really doesn't need to make as much money from them as he would on Earth. So he can basically take the time, take whatever the money is that he's getting from certain people, and then use that. He can change that for for the currency of Earth, or something like that. I don't know. Basically, he sells the gold, melts it down, has it get melted down, and then he sells that. So I don't know. I'm not exactly certain on exact details of what he does, but because like he's not gonna be able to spend any of that money from the other world, because yeah, he's not living in that world. He's literally just being there for literally a day, and it's interesting. And then there's also like his team. One is a black dragon that lives on the moon, and then the other is I think she's like kind of a tiefling type thing. Do you remember, Joker? Or...
Yep.
Okay. Do you know what she was, or do you not even remember?
I think she's a tiefling.
Okay. Like it's, I think it's a different name than that, but I don't know what the exact wording is. But yeah, she's basically a tiefling. But yeah, it's interesting. I think that you would enjoy it. I think it only has like the light novel and the anime, so just be aware of that. But other than that, it's still pretty interesting. Sorry, I went on a little bit of a rant there to tell you what that was. Oh my gosh. But yeah. Anyways, so are there any other series that you guys are wanting to talk about? Like, Jack, you've been reading some manga that that me and Joker haven't read, right?
Correct.
So, what are you currently reading? That.
Let's see. Excuse me, Carmen. Good. Well, I've been reading Parasite. That's one.
Yeah, which I've watched the anime. I haven't read the manga.
And then I was reading Princess Jellyfish.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that previously, but I don't remember anything about that.
It's just she just likes jellyfish, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I got a new one that I'm really excited about. It's called Blue Period.
Oh, yeah, I've been seeing that, and I've kind of been wondering if I should read it at some point.
I'm checking it out because I think I got a copy and I think it looks really, really good.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited about it.
Okay, so interesting. Well, you'll definitely need to tell us about it because yeah, I've been kind of wondering if I should read that.
I will let you know.
Cool.
And then the newest one I got I have 3 volumes of is called Toilet Bound Hanako-kun.
Oh.
And it's very weird. It's basically like Moaning Myrtle,
Yeah,
but a boy.
Yeah, but so
Get off the fucking.
so I
Get off.
I should mention
Get off.
most of the people that read that are kids because they see
Yeah, I believe that.
because they see toilet and they're like, ha, that's funny.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten around to reading it yet. I'm not
I
even.
mean, what's it rated? It's rated. It's rated teen, LV.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
Maybe I'll
then-
read it at some point, but it's just like, I don't know.
Oh man, the one I really loved was Boys Run the Riot. That was good. That's about a trans guy.
Oh, okay. Did you ever find the one book that I shared with you?
X-gender?
No, not X-gender. The Gay Who Turned Kaiju or something?
Oh no, I haven't found it yet.
Okay.
And then let's see. I've been working my way through Dragon Ball. I'm on number 3.
There's so much Dragon Ball, holy crap.
No, Dragon Ball the original only has 16 volumes.
Yeah, but the question is, are you going to continue after that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah. So you're right. There's a lot, but it's yeah. Cells at Work has been really good.
okay.
What else do I have? I've been looking at. I got a new one that I haven't read yet, but I'm looking forward to called Siu Rune, called The Girl from the Other Side.
Oh, yeah. So Lily actually told me a little bit about that, and I've been wanting to read it as well. But finding the first volume is like really freaking challenging for whatever reason.
I have it.
Nice. Yeah. I think like I would have to here I would probably have to order it through Amazon or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then I got a Sailor Moon collection, so that's fun.
Nice.
Classic.
Yeah.
At the behest of my friend.
Fair enough.
I finished Kaiju number 8, the first volume of it, and I really enjoyed that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My manager actually mentioned that to me at first, and I was like, okay, I'll check it out. I still haven't read it. I have like 3 volumes, and I have not read any of them. I think. Right? Yes. 3
Why
volumes.
is there not a thing here?
What are you looking for?
Sorry, playing Immortal Phoenix Rising.
Oh, yeah, that's a fun game. Jack, have you ever played that?
No, I haven't.
It's basically
should.
Greek gods. It's pretty fun. I played through the entire thing. I think I actually got it while I was hanging out with you in Oregon.
Oh, nice.
So
It's a really good designed game.
yeah, it really
Like,
is.
how someone explained it to me, or from the videos that I've watched, is that Assassin's Creed and Legends of Zelda made a baby, and this is what it is.
Nice.
Fair enough.
It's just, I'm stuck because I can't find these darn teeth to open this dumb dragon head.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I found one.
yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff with that game, and it's fun. It takes a while.
Yeah, now I gotta go find this other piece, and it's bugging me because I can't stinking find it.
Speaking of, while I'm thinking about it, Joker, is there any manga that you've been reading that me or Jack haven't read, or you don't think we've read?
Nope.
Why am I not surprised?
I get suggestions from you.
True. You don't go to work right next to a Barnes and Noble.
You're not wrong there.
Oh my gosh. Well, I do, obviously. So that's why I have so many more manga.
I go to work next to an ice cream place and a Mexican place, and I'm going to get fat.
Unlikely. Have you met you?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
You're not wrong.
Your metabolism is redonkulous.
Yeah, like you and Hunter just like you have like such a strong metabolism, and it's like, how? Legitimately, how do you guys stay this small? Like, frick.
Well, Ben, it's his heart thing.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, that there's that, but Hunter, it's like, how are you still that skinny? I haven't seen him in a while, so
I told someone of how Ben got me to go to high school prom.
wait, what?
Of how he was like, can we go as friends? I like to make memories, and I was like, God damn it, Benjamin.
And then, meanwhile, me and Moon are there. And then you guys taught us how to dance, so that's fun.
Yeah, because you guys didn't freaking know how to slow dance.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I think it's weird that they, after that, like, I loved dancing at that, and I wanted to dance more, and then they were just like, no, just no. I'm like, what? Okay, whatever.
Their egg was cracking. Can you blame them?
Fair enough. But, yeah. Obviously, there was some really crazy stuff that happened. Also, just that prom. Oh my gosh.
My goodness, I dislike that with a fiery passion.
Yeah, can we, like, have a redo of our prom? That would be great.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh. I don't understand how they had such bad... I don't... Like, what? The whole music thing, it was just like, why are you doing this like that? Like, come on, like...
You're playing Mexican music the whole time.
Yeah. Like, I can understand we have a lot larger of a Mexican population than other places, but at the same time, it's like, what about other
And
music?
if I remember correctly,
No.
Noah's mom was white.
Oh, the guy who was in charge of the music?
The woman. The woman who yelled at me and Ben was like, "We don't have those songs," and I was like, "The fuck you don't."
Like, why?
You have freaking YouTube.
Yeah, 1, YouTube, or 2, Spotify. Like, literally just use Spotify. It's way easier now than ever before. Like, you don't have to have like an actual physical copy of a song or whatever. Like, I don't get that at all. Like, just you're a DJ and then
and
also
can't play these songs.
The fucking Macarena. Why did he play the Macarena so many times?
Literally.
Like, I don't know anyone who actually likes the Macarena.
To mock the Macarena, the Macarena.
Yeah. I think that's the main thing that people were doing whenever the song came on. They were mocking it.
Yeah, basically.
I don't know.
Where the heck is this? This is driving me bonkers.
You having fun there, Joker?
No, because I can't find this darn tooth, and it told me to go down to the lake. I already beat the boss thing down there, now I can't find the freaking tooth.
That's fun.
Like it said it should be there, and it's not freaking there.
Well, shoot. Oh my gosh. Oh, so basically, Jack, you're saying that I should never suggest a manga that doesn't at least have 3 volumes.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, fair enough. So Hunter's Guild Red Hood. Sorry, it literally only will have 3 volumes, and it only has 2 out right now. But the 3rd one is coming very soon. So you should read that. It's great. I love it. I'm really sad that it didn't get it's not getting anymore. Or at least at this point in time, it doesn't look like it's getting any more. Hopefully America can change that, though.
I don't think so, Tim.
Yeah, fair enough. Speaking of which, you need to get them, Joker.
I don't want to. I already read it.
But there's new shit. There's actually new shit in the volumes, so you should probably read them and get them. Get them so that we can at least support the creator, and then hopefully we'll get some more. We'll get more. Please, we need more Hunter's Guild Red Hood. I don't know. I'm losing my mind there, but did I ever tell you guys what the rarest letter of the for manga is?
R-U? No. X?
Yeah, it's well. So rarest is X, but series with the least volumes is Q. It's really freaking weird, or the least number of series, I should say. Huh?
Quintessential quintuplets?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Quintessential Quintuplets is super easy to find because it was really popular. But it's literally the only manga with the letter Q. Meanwhile, there's X with 4 different volumes of stuff that has the letter X as its first letter of the title, and it's so freaking hard to find any of them. X is often hundreds of dollars, no matter where you're looking, and then the easiest one to find is X Gender, which I can understand if people don't want to read that, because especially if you're a guy, it can be a bit. It can be a lot, especially if you're not really wanting to. Especially since a lot of people get really grossed out about all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, but and then there's the other 2 anime are hentai, and not anime, manga are hentai, and it's just like, why is this so hard to find? Why is X so hard to find? I don't know.
Because they don't like X.
I get.
So maybe we just write a whole manga series that's got like 3 volumes, and just call it X.
Well, there's a series called X, so we can't really do that. But
okay, then let's call it like Xylophone or some shit. Make it about band camp.
Oh, I kind of want to do that. I was actually planning on putting a joke in my video about the my manga observations and say the only way we're going to be getting anything that people can just read very easily is if someone makes a manga literally called Xylophone, and it's just gonna be like, great minds think alike, and so do we. Oh my gosh! But yeah, if we actually did that, that would be very fun.
Right?
But I don't know. We'll see if that ever happens. I think that is, like I said, that is probably the best chance that X will ever get to actually become popular. Especially since, like I said about X Gender, I can understand why people wouldn't necessarily want to read it. And also, it's an autobiography, which I can understand. Like, most people don't go to a manga bookstore to get something that is an autobiography. They want something that is fiction.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't... And speaking of which, I think X Gender is literally the only manga I know of that's an autobiography. Or even non-fiction. Like, I don't think there's anything else that is solely non-fiction. That is, that at least is, manga. Can you, can you think of anything?
I can't.
Okay. Yeah. So, I'm like I said, I don't know. We'll see if they ever do any, if anyone else ever does an autobiography or anything like that. But at this point in time, I think X Gender is literally the only thing. Which is also like, yeah, that kind of makes sense, especially since Japan is not really the best when it comes to to all that stuff because they don't completely understand it. Like they're fine with if people want to be gay or people want to be trans. A good majority of them are just like whatever, but they don't understand it. So while we have transphobes that are like we don't want anyone to be here, Japan is just like we don't get it. We honestly do not get it. So I don't know. It's weird. There's a lot of weirdness with all this, especially over in Japan, and it makes sense that the one autobiographical thing is literally something that's trying to explain a lot of stuff about like being trans and being gay and all that stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I think that's probably a good spot to end it.
I think so too. I'm tired.
Yeah, I don't know how much of this video we actually spent talking about Pandora 7, but
enough.
We talked a little bit about it, and that's good. If you guys haven't read it yet, please absolutely do read Pandora 7. And if you want if you want more reasons why you should read it, go check out my show It's Some Love. I'll see if I put it in the iCard. But anyways, guys, I have been Electro Ninja, and we will see you guys next time. But on.
Bye.